I'm Jolene and I'm the co-founder of Z Girls. Now, this might be a little bit hard to hear, but it's really important to understand. And that is, your daughter is going to fail. Repeatedly. Now, I know that might be a little bit harsh to hear, but the truth is we all fail. And we all have struggles and we all have losses. And it's time that we change our conversation and our mentality around failure. It isn't something that should be avoided. If anything, we learn more from our failures and from our struggles than we do from our successes. So as a parent, if you can learn to acknowledge and appreciate your daughter's failures, you will be able to guide her to her successes with a lot more ease. Now, I know that's easier said than done, and after a failure or a disappointment or a loss, your daughter might be very upset. And so you may be wondering, how can I help her bounce back after a failure? And so today we are going to introduce 3 steps that you can take as a parent to help your daughter bounce back from a failure. Empathize with how your daughter is feeling and what has happened. There's a high likelihood that your daughter is already being very hard on herself. Empathize with her both emotionally and mentally. This will help her see that not only are you on her side, but you're not disappointed in her. Help your daughter recognize that she is not her result. Just because she may have lost the game, failed to make the team, or didn't perform well, it doesn't make her a failure as an athlete or as a person. Make sure that she can separate her performance from her outcome. One way to do this is to ask her to give you 2 examples of things that she did well. They don't have to be big accomplishments. Maybe it was a certain skill or a moment that was positive. Strategize on the steps your daughter wants to take to improve. So what are the next steps that she's going to take to move forward? And think about the action-oriented steps. So the things that she has under her control. So for example, maybe there's a technical skill that she can work on during practice during the week? Or did she get really nervous in a high-pressure situation? And if so, can you help her visualize herself in the future, stepping into that moment with the confidence and the strength that you know that she has? So this whole process sometimes takes time. You might not be able to have these conversations with your daughter until hours, days, sometimes even weeks after a disappointing loss or a failure. But be patient and be persistent and be compassionate and use this method, and you will be able to help your daughter bounce back from any failure or loss.